Hey viewers, welcome to Chunner Checks It Out. My name's Chunner, and in this video, I'm going to be going over the newest chapter that came out for One Piece, chapter 1168. This chapter came out on December 7th, 2025. In addition, I will also be going over and watching episode 1152, which is the newest episode of One Piece. Wait! Before you skip ahead, I just want to let you know that if you are anime only, we're going to be talking about chapter 1168 of the manga One Piece, which is going to be about an arc ahead of where we're at in the anime. So if you are anime only and you don't want to see any spoilers, please stop watching this video. This video is not for you. Unless you don't care about the spoilers, and then you can continue going ahead and watching this video. Go ahead and click on the timestamps if you want to just go ahead and skip ahead. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and start talking about chapter 1152 of the One Piece manga. For this week, there is no news to report. I didn't see anything that caught my attention. In the newest chapter, it starts off with 15 years ago. 15 years ago is where we ended in the last chapter. And so to recap what happened 15 years ago, that was when Shanks joined up with the Devoted Blade in Mary Joy. That was also the same year that Fisher Tiger wanted to escape, and he ran into, it looked like Shanks, possibly, and he ran into somebody, and this person said that they were going to unlock the armory. So I'm not sure if that was Shanks. It looked like Shanks, but again, I'm not really sure. And so that was what happened 15 years ago. Also, it looked like some of the villagers from Elbaf wanted to poison Ida because she wasn't from Giant Blood. Now for the current manga, still 15 years ago. This is a time when it looks like Giant reputation is growing throughout the world of One Piece. People are starting to realize who the Giants are, where Elbaf is, and Elbaf looked like they were starting to negotiate some trade negotiations of various goods within the people of outside of Elbaf. This was also a time when it seemed that maybe there was some possible civil war going on in Elbaf, and Harold has slowly over the years resolved those situations, along with Saul coming in to teach at the Walrus School. And so now Saul is teaching kids to learn instead of fight. And so kind of a new direction of the whole culture of Elbaf being a warrior-centered culture is kind of changing. And we're trying to open up negotiations, which is what Harold has been trying to do for the past many, many years. We also see in this 15-year time that Ida does not make it through the poisoning and has some sweet parting words with Harold. Now we go to 14 years ago, and it seems that Harold has worked his way up and gained the respect of his seniors, and Shanks has gone missing a year after he came. So this is just my speculation. There is no mention of Shanks here aside from saying that he went missing. Was he there just to unlock the armory and help Fisher Tiger accomplish his goals and free the slaves? Or was that just one of many goals that he potentially had in what I would say possibly kind of pretending that he's on the Celestial Dragon's side when he's not actually on their side? Going back to the story, because Shanks has left and he was in the number one spot to go into the Abysmal Knights, being that is the top level of the God Knights, I'm assuming. That also seems to be another name for the Devoted Blade. And so Harold has now become the abysmal covenant. And I just wanted to look up the word abysmal. I kind of thought I knew what it meant. Abyss is dark, deep depths. And we have abysmal refers to things from the deep ocean, often used in culture using the language of demonic power. The core meaning relates to bottomless deep, darkness, and the unknown. The word abyssal makes me think of Cthulhu vibes. So I was wondering, that kind of goes with the devil fruit being a weakness is the sea. So I thought that was kind of interesting there. So now we have Harold, who has been now working his way up the ranks and now is a full member of the Abyssal Knights. And he's made it to that depth of the devoted blade, and the highest level is the Abyssal Knights. And because Shanks has left, he was behind Shanks, and so now he is the one that has been promoted. And so far he's only met the 5 elders, but now he is revealed that Imu is above the 5 elders. And Harold has always wanted peace for Elbaf. He's wanted to create trade relations and good faith relations with other countries within the One Piece world without using violence as a resource. And so Harold was going to step down and promote somebody else to take his place, but Imu has other thoughts for him. Imu gives him a tattoo, and the tattoo looks like basically a cross using bones. And within that cross, like a little targeting circle, there was a circle drawn. And on the top of it looks like kind of bull horns or devil horns. And using this tattoo that he puts onto Harold's left arm, Peter is saying, and now he is immortal. War Curry is saying it chills the spine. Nisjuro says he is more than a monster. At this point, he's a weapon. Imu is saying, now at long last, thou art an undying knight in service to Mu. And so it seems like Imu is granted Harold this power by idea of a tattoo and given him some sort of immortal life like the 5 elders potentially. What Imu wants Harold to do, Harold finds this out after he goes back to Elbaf, create a summoning circle in Elbaf, and maybe that's where the Imu gets his power and supplies power for the God Knights through these summoning circles. I'm not really sure. Or maybe that's just an easy way to kind of maybe like Kuma's power can go to any place where a summoning circle is. Again, I'm not really sure. But Imu then tells Harold the last thing for him to do for Elbaf to enter the services of the world government is for Harold to create an army of giants. And Imu says specifically, thou wilt build a giant fleet to rival the navy. And once that's done, Harold will be accepted and Elbaf will be accepted into the world government. And this is exactly what Harold has not wanted from the start. And he's always wanted to sacrifice himself for the greater good of Elbaf. Imu wants Harold to create warriors using Elbaf people, Elbaf giants. At this point, Harold realizes that he's possibly made a mistake. And it looks like Imu is telling Harold that Imu can control Harold and his actions, kind of like a Doflamingo Dofi type of ability. I don't know. Imu says, those who have accepted the Depths Covenant are given immortality and strength, but must obey orders in return. Harold calls his guards. He wants his guards to chain him up to the post so that he can't act on behalf of Imu. And he wants his guards to call Chief Jarul, and his sons. Loki is in jail, so Loki is able to come, but it looks like Harajin is out on a mission, so he is not able to make it. And then this is, I think we see the story play out where Loki is the one that kills Harold, and this is probably where Jarul gets a thing, axe, or was it a sword, in through his head, and that is most likely the outcome of that. And it ends with a narrator comment of, on this day there was a terrible massacre inside the castle, and the most beloved ruler in the history of Elbaf, wise King Harold, perished. Not as much going on in this chapter as the last, but we do see the true fallout of what actually happened. This also, again, gives me question to see what Shank's motives were. Were they just to unlock the armory so that Fisher Tiger could escape along with the rest of the slaves? Or did Shanks have other ulterior motives? It seems that this also tells me that Shanks is actually a good person, and he was just trying to use his celestial dragon heritage to attain some sort of goal, information. I'm not sure what. Let's go ahead and watch One Piece, episode 1152. In the last episode, we saw Bonnie use feature distortion to turn into Nika. With the two Nikas and some help from the Straw Hats, they were able to fight off Mars. But we still have Peter and Saturn somewhere around, along with Nusjiro. We also saw Emmett come up to Luffy Nika. Let's see what's going to happen in this next episode. Yo, yo, yo. Let's check it out. Punk Hazard 26 years ago. Okay. This color scheme is very interesting. Oh, and that's Clover. Where should Caesar, or the name of D, was once killed in front of me. Oh, his older brother. Cloud D Clover. Okay. That part looks very strange like that, with the glasses. It's like some kind of aviator or something. But also, and the sideburns, he kind of looks like a Virgo. 22 years ago. There's Caesar. Look at what Caesar's wearing now. He's got a yellow polka dotted. This is where he goes to find the books. And he meets Dragon and the two giants digging the books out of the sea. Wow, I'm surprised they didn't show Dragon. History is written by the victors. Yep. Yeah, and those Jiro's still around. Okay. What's Atlas doing? Atlas has a plan to get them out. Joy Boy! Joy Boy! Your enemy is my enemy. Alright. Porker and Peter are pretty big. Even though he's a giant? Baby, I don't know what her... I forgot what her name was. Shoot his arm out? Oh. There we go. Saturn's up here now. Saturn's just running over Peter. Oh, he jumps on the giant ship. I don't remember what happened. care of Lilith.
リリスのアクセスが途切れた。残るはアトラス。
Atlas faked that Lilith was done so she could trick York, thinking that York now thinks that Lilith is gone. Atlas just smashes into Nishijiro. Atlas just blew herself up. Oh, that's the bomb gave them extra wind pressure. York, you're just such a punk. And they think that Lilith is gone.
海賊ゴールディ・ロジャーはついに前人未到の世界一周を達成した。ゴールディってなんだ？
Peter just took out your arm. That's like a giant. What? I don't remember what Emmett does. Does Bonnie go Future Distortion Nika again? They're gone again. Pure willpower. Alright. This is the Gone style. She's gone. Yeah, I mean, she should have never lost Future Distortion Nika in the first place. All the weapons still exist. Buccaneer blood. Dunarian. Alright, let's see Bonnie go. I forgot what her mom's name was. She's actually half celestial dragon, I think. That's not technically confirmed. This is so Liberation Nika Punch. Ah, you're breaking their masthead. I felt like that was a kind of a short episode. Liberation Nika Punch. So we have in that episode, it looks like Emmett starting to come into action, and Emmett is taking on Peter and War Curry, and we also have Atlas, who flips some sort of a switch in Lilith, making York think that Lilith is dead, and Atlas clears the way and stopping Nishijiro from changing the trajectory so that the Sunny can make it into the water. But it seems like the Sunny didn't have enough velocity as they thought, so Atlas blows herself up to create some sort of wind pressure, along with subduing Nishijiro and giving that wind to push the Sunny to be able to make it into the water. At the same time, we have Saturn coming onto the giant ship, and we have Bonnie, who honestly should have never left Nika form in the first place, but it's showing that changing into that Nika form requires a lot of energy, and through sheer willpower, Bonnie is able to get into the moment of changing back into Nika and delivering that kind of almost what I would say satisfying punch of taking all of her anger out in Liberation Nika Punch on Saturn, along with the help of Luffy Nika. Yeah, it's a good moment. It's just definitely not as emotional as the last moment. And it's kind of cool to see Bonnie go into Future Distortion Nika again. You know, they're trying to hype up that moment again. you kind of have that Gone Hunter x Hunter moment of the transformation. I'm not sure. That was probably a homage to that show. It's hard to come down from the fact of last episode. I don't remember how they escaped. Looks like Emmett had some sort of thing up Emmett's sleeve that Emmett can unleash, and that's probably going to happen in the next episode. We also see a little bit of backstory about Vegapunk and his time on Punk Hazard and his relationship with Clover, and a little bit more of Clover backstory, which is interesting. And we have to continue finishing the story of the broadcast that Vegapunk is sending out. So that should happen in the next couple episodes, and we'll have a wrap up to the season. Yeah, tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.